Bonding essay question 5. So question 5, it talks about carbon. Carbon here having an electronic configuration of 2,4 forms a compound with hydrogen. So at part A, they ask you to draw a dot and cross diagram to show the arrangement of electrons in a molecule of this compound. First up, carbon is a non-metal, hydrogen is a non. Case here we're going to look at what I'll always do is to form the chemical formula. Using the special number and crisscross, I'll find that the formula is CH4. This is actually your methane. Once I've obtained this, I'll put the solo element in the middle as carbon is the only atom here. Hydrogen around the carbon. So take note for hydrogen surrounding the carbon and hydrogen carbon special number 4. So each hydrogen will bond towards the carbon having one bond here. So each hydrogen one bond. So all the hydrogens having one bond and the carbon must have 4 bonds in total. So the structural formula is correct now. With the structural formula, we can go about to do the dot and cross diagram. Now take note, so first thing, we look at the arrangement, then we draw the dot and cross diagram based on it. So carbon in the middle, surrounded by 4 hydrogens with 4 overlapping regions because of the 4 various bonds. As all of them are single bond, okay, so it will be a cross dot in each of the overlap region. Carbon is in group 4, special number 4. So if I take the group minus the special number, what I'm going to get is 0. So for carbon, I do not need to draw any more electrons. For hydrogen, in actual fact, has a special number 1. And take it, assume that it is actually in group 1. Assume that it's in group 1. So group 1 minus the special number 1, 0, 2. So for it is also a 0. So therefore, each of the hydrogen, you do not need to draw any additional electrons. So therefore, this is not a cross diagram for your methane or your CH4. Next, they ask you to predict if this compound has a high or low boiling point. They explain your prediction. So predict first. So do you think it's high or low? Answer is it has low boiling. Why is it so? Because it is a covalent compound. So what if it's a covalent compound? You must note that whenever you talk about melting and boiling point, you must talk about whether a lot or little energy is needed to overcome the force of attraction. So therefore, in this case, if you say it's a low boiling point, therefore, little energy is needed to overcome the weak intermolecular force of attraction. So this is the answers for your 5B. And lastly, write a chemical equation for the combustion. So when we talk about combustion here, we normally will talk about reacting with oxygen. But what is the end product? What's the product here? When we talk about combustion of your methane or any carbon, we call it hydrocarbons. That means compound made of carbon and hydrogen only. Okay, we talk about hydrocarbons. It's actually found in your chapter 20. But never mind, regardless the case is hydrocarbons. Okay, that means they are compounds. Okay, compounds formed by hydrogen and carbon only. So whenever such compounds undergo combustion, they will produce carbon dioxide and water. So in this case here, you can see CH4 reacts with O2, give me carbon dioxide and H2O. Then the balancing here, okay, and you get your answer. So that's for question 5.